Today, I'm gonna be shooting a Middle Eastern wedding. I'm down here in Indianapolis, Indiana at a beautiful venue. I have all my gear, and the gear we're using today is a Panasonic S5 version 1 and a Panasonic UX180 camera. Plus I have my Sound Devices A33 mixer bag with my WYSICOM wireless. What I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be filming a montage and then recording all of the important moments. So it's very important for me to tap the soundboard that the DJ is using. We'll get to that in a little bit. So the first thing I got to do is get my tripod out. This is a Flowtech with a Miller head. This is the main tripod I'm going to use for all my shooting. And I'm going to get my Lumix S5 all rigged up. It's a pretty simple rig that I got here. Camera. The kit lens, the 20 to 60 kit lens is what I'll be using today. I might change over to the 50 millimeter when it gets a little darker to get some better exposure. I did a new thing because before I left my house this morning, I put cards in, formatted all the cards, got all the timecode gear synchronized and turned on. Give myself a little bit of a head start. I'm going to try to do that a little more on my shoots. Get a little more prepped before I leave the house. You know, something that I think we can all get a little bit better at. It's just getting all of our gear ready to go before we leave the house. Because when we get down here, sometimes we just need to get going pretty quick. And that's what I'm dealing with today. This is a little pouch that I use for batteries. I put this on my belt, and I've got 2 extra S5 batteries. This is my XLR1 audio adapter. Get that put on the top. Small port keys monitor. I usually mount that straight to my handle here. This is a really light monitor. I like it because it's really light. Plug my micro HDMI. Then I tap this guy right here. I'm going to mount my CSM1 over here. So then I'm going to run that into channel 1. One of the reasons I like to do weddings is because I really like variety in my schedule and I like to keep on my toes. So I like to remind myself I'm not too good to shoot a wedding. You know, I'm just not. So let's go. Let's get this done. When I'm doing this kind of stuff, I like to wear my Shure headphones, small profile. Mic check, 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 1, 2. All right, need to set this mic to plus 48. Input 1. I'm gonna try the mic up on top. I think that's gonna give me less handling noise. Okay, so that's the rig. Panasonic S5, XLR 1 block, CSM1 mic on the top going into channel 1 on the XLR. Mic level with phantom power. Port keys monitor. This is just a nice trim little setup. Then the last thing I got to do is just get this tripod plate on there so I can put this rig on a tripod. I really like these Flowtech legs for the same reason that everybody else does. Who doesn't like some Flowtech legs? Tell you what, everybody I talk to wishes they had some Flowtech legs. So I'm just glad to have them. I'll put this on the bottom here. So like I was saying, I really like to shoot weddings because, I mean, I'm not going to be a wedding guy full time, but I really like to shoot them because it keeps me fresh, keeps me out there, keeps a diverse type of work on my schedule. And, you know, it's not too bad every once in a while to shoot a wedding. So, got that all tightened up. Always have a Leatherman with you if you can. Really helpful tool. Okay, so I got my first round of shooting done. I found the bridal suite, and then I found the groom's suite. Got my first set of establishing shots. I'm gonna be bouncing back and forth between the 2 areas just to make sure I get full coverage of the whole pre-ceremony activities. You gotta kind of pretend like you're 3 people when you're shooting a wedding by yourself. Just get it done, move quickly, be confident, get your shots, and move on. So I have a few minutes where they're not fully dressed. So I'm just coming out here to shoot some of the table settings. It's always a good thing to knock this stuff off early before things get crazy. So I'm also going to get some shots of the cake, the head table. Got a great shot of the entryway with their names on a mirror. Over here at the cake, hopefully I can frame up a nice shot of this thing. There we go. That's looking good. Check my focus. Get my exposure set. One of the things I like about this type of venue is it's all sunlight. So, well, right now at least it is. So white balance is easy. I'm just getting washed with sunlight. Makes it pretty easy to choose what white balance to use. Now I'm going to get a nice shot of the head table. Raise my tripod up a little. Okay, now I'm going to shoot through the flowers to the cake. I'm going to shoot 2 versions of this. One that has the focus point of the cake, and one that has the focus point on the flowers. Always want to get your exposure and focus set before you hit record. Keep the editor happy. This is one of those national wedding companies that just hires me to come in and shoot, pays me a good day rate. I bring my gear and shoot it all to the specifications, send the footage off. So that's why I just want to make sure that the editor likes me. So no slop, right? Keep it clean. Keep your shots clean. Don't record a bunch of extra stuff that you don't need to record. And then the editor will like you. This client really likes 2 cameras, which I do too. I like 2 cameras. So I'm going to use this camera probably as a wide, and then my S5 as a tight follow. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll change my mind and flip it. But for right now, I've got cards in here, getting this thing formatted, and should be good to go. So is that where they're going to turn and look?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Slow walk.
I'd like that one more time if we
One
can do
more
it.
time.
Oh, the kiss?
Both.
Like the hug? Okay.
Just hold out your wrists one more time.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Like
Yeah,
this?
like that. 1, 2, 3.
So we just got the first look. That was pretty cool. I managed to set up 3 cameras, a GoPro, and my UX180 and my S5. So that was good. We're just now waiting over there for the photography session. So the reason I'm using a tripod is because this client specifically requested a tripod. So I like the look of a tripod that is solid, no jitters and stuff like that. So I like it. And so far so good. It's going really smooth. This venue is beautiful. The couple is super nice. Photographer is really easy to work with. So we're working together. We got a good rhythm. When you're shooting a wedding like this, you need to get into a rhythm with the photographer. You really want to try not to be working against them, because that'll just make for no fun. Pretty soon I'm going to tap the soundboard and get that working into my mixer. And then I need to put timecode into that and get that all going. So, but we're getting close. So I had a quick chat with the DJ, and he told me where to plug in on this mixer. I'm just taking the stereo out, 1/4 inch. So what that looks like is I've got a 1/4 inch to XLR adapter that I then take into my MTP61 XLR into the Limo 3-pin connection. So I just marry that together, plug that in. I just need to scan frequencies and make sure I'm clean on that. And then set the gain all the way down because it's going to be pretty hot coming out of here. So then on my mixer bag, just going to power this up. Turn all my faders down because I'm not going to need them all. It's like we're receiving a good signal. Okay, found a good channel. Just going to synchronize the transmitter. Okay, time code is jammed. That's good. I will figure out the rest of this in just a minute after we shoot pictures. So we're finished with all the photo sessions. Now we're just in that waiting space where we're waiting for everything to happen. They have a grand entrance pretty soon, and that's going to be accompanied by some live performers that are doing dancing and drumming. So that'll be fun to shoot. And my goal right now is to make sure that I get safe, steady shots of all these moments. Safe and steady shots of the entrance. And also all the toasts and the speeches. My goal is to just be safe, steady, and good, right? Don't be moving around too much. Pick my spot, stick with it. I already heard some sound through the sound system, and that's sounding good. My audio bag is wireless, so I could move that around if I need to I can move it around if I need to. And it's great. So far the light has been good, and all of the footage has turned out really great. I've shot most of the footage on my Panasonic S5, and I've shot a little bit on the UX180. I'm favoring the S5 because of its ease of use, and I can take it off the tripod real quick and move around. This client likes to shoot everything in 60, so I'm shooting in 4K 60 for the whole day, which does make it a little harder in low light because 60 frames per second just blocks out more light than 30 or 24. But that's what it calls for, and we're just waiting for everything to get started. I got the S5 just chilling here on the Flowtech, ready to go. And then the UX180 is on my Vinton tripod, and I've got my 833 just nestled in right here. I've got my tracks labeled, got my folder selected, just need to hit record. I'm ready to go on that. So I just learned that this is a Syrian family, and that entrance was crazy. It was 40 minutes of dancing and singing and going on, and it was pretty crazy. So really loud, really exciting. I'm glad that I pre-planned and was handheld, and I set up a GoPro on the other side as a safety, but I think people completely blocked the GoPro. And I had another camera going that turned out to be completely blocked too. So I had to be the human gimbal. And Lumix is great for that because Lumix just handles great, handheld, and it worked out. But that was a 40-minute dance and drumming routine for them to get to the table. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I rotated between holding the camera here at my chest and then holding the camera full high and then holding the camera low. Mixed up all those different angles. It's great fun. So now we're on to the toasts, which are next. And I have my whole sound bag moved over to where those are gonna happen. And I'm gonna shoot the toasts 3 camera, so the UX180 will be zoomed in all the way. Then I'll have a GoPro getting a wide shot as a cover, and then I'll use my S5 as my main kind of tight follow, if you will, of these toasts. Hopefully we're gonna get the toasts to happen right at the bridal table, and we're gonna hopefully get the people giving the toast to stand behind the bride and groom. So that's the plan. So this is my setup over here. There's the bridal table. Got my 833. And then I've just got an ambient mic here on a mic stand going into the 833. And then the S5 ready to go on the Flowtech. And then I've got a GoPro down there that I'm just gonna set up probably to the side just to get a safety. Because I'm also gonna be rolling the UX180, which is all the way back there. I've it zoomed in to get kind of a cool look. So it'll be 3 cameras.
Maya, you always been so nice. You always had that light in you. That light which illuminated our life.
I love you all, and thank you all for coming here and being part of this huge celebration. It's amazing to see your little kid grown up and married, starting his life.
So the wedding is finished up. I'm back in the parking garage. I've got a couple more cases to put in the car. It was great. So I just want to encourage everybody who's out there trying to freelance. It's rarely glamorous. I mean, I'm loading gear into my car in a parking garage in Indianapolis at 10:30 p.m. after a 10-hour shoot where I almost went deaf at a wedding. Anyway, in all seriousness, I just want you to stick with it, be encouraged. Don't be afraid to diversify your schedule. Don't be afraid to be too good to shoot a wedding. The cash flow is king sometimes. You know, slow seasons can be filled up with different kinds of work. And it's December, and I booked a wedding. And it was fun. It's good to get out there, flex your different muscles, flex your different skills. Over the years, I've done lots of shooting, so why not? Let's make it happen. So, anyway, hope you have a good one, and we'll see you in the next one.